Assalamu alaikum everyone and welcome back to Mimo Fitness Journey. 3 weeks passed since the last video and currently I am 104 kilogram and I lost almost 6 kilograms since last video because last video I was 110, so on an average of 2 kilogram per week, which is I am happy about it. But the most exciting thing that happened is that I actually traveled during these 3 weeks to another country for a business trip and I still kept losing weight. The people who watched my videos before, that was one of the major reasons that I actually gain weight and actually continue gaining weight, because when I'm in my routine, I know how to lose weight, but then when I change this routine, before I couldn't know what to do, what to eat, how to train, so I usually actually gain weight, and the moment I gain weight, it become like a momentum. It continue like this. But because I created like different strategies, which I talked about it I think 2 videos ago, now I know even if I changed my daily routine how to do it. So I'm gonna tell you about the trip, what did I do during the trip, and how I kept losing weight while I changed almost everything in my daily routine. There are two parts for my journey in general, two major parts I would say: the nutrition or the food you eat and the training. So let's start with nutrition. It started actually by even the lounge in the airport. Just one thing, it's the first time ever for me to enter the business class lounge. I'm not traveling business class, I'm traveling economy, but I had access to the business class lounge and it is amazing in Dubai airport. If you guys have any chance, you have to go there. It's really, really cool. But anyway, when I went to the lounge, there is definitely a kitchen, not kitchen, sorry, like a bar with this all food, drinks that you can do. And again, because I'm not preparing food, I don't know what exactly to eat. I used to always ruin my nutrition or my diet during that days. But because again, I'm watching this balanced dish theory, so I did exactly the same. They had like this, I don't know, fancy plate that's like a rectangle, and I did exactly the same. I tried to make half of it in fibrous carbs or basically vegetables, and quarter of it to be lean protein, and the last one is to be whole wheat or starchy carbs. And I did that. Honestly, I was still hungry because the plate was very small. So I did the same plate again, and then I was kind of satisfied. So I kept it with the same theory even when I was in the airport lounge. Then I traveled to Saudi and then I went to the hotel, exactly the same exact scenario. We found also the hotel has a breakfast. This breakfast has also all this open place when you can take whatever you want. I did exactly the same, just the plate was different. It was more of a circular one, but exactly the same. Half, quarter, and quarter. And again, it works really well. The third one was actually eating out and actually ordering delivery. We did not eat out much, we only did it once, but the point was eating in delivery or ordering delivery. So I did exactly the same thing as well. I was searching for places when they can do these portions or I can manually actually add them. There is another thing that I found, which is again, it shows that if you are really searching for stuff, you will find it. If you don't search, you will not find it. I found a restaurant which is literally less than 500 meters from the office, and basically they have like all this like rice, chicken, vegetables, like all this in different I don't know, metal containers, and you can tell them how many grams you want per each one. So it's like make your own meal. So I was like, okay, that's actually what I do at home every day. Just this food is already cooked for me. So I was like, okay, guys, I want 100 gram per serving, like for my serving, for brown rice, cooked brown rice. I need like 200 gram of chicken breast, and I need like 400 gram of vegetables. It ended up with the same balanced dish because it's literally takes the same size, and because I usually, sometimes not usually, I actually weigh my food, so I can understand if I want to eat out what is the percentage or what is the weight of each of the 3 sections that I need to get the same balance dish that I'm working on. So that was the amounts, and it was tasty, it was not that expensive, and it was very close to the office. And I used to go there much more times. So again, it's not that hard to do. It need practice. It need actually to actively search for it. And when I did that, I actually kept all my t-shirt during the whole trip. I think it's only one time when we went out and we wanted to try something like sweets, and I wanted to enjoy because we had a lot of friends and I don't want to be the antisocial person. And we tried, and to be honest, it did not affect that much because again, if 80 to 90% of your food is on point, if 80 to 90% of your week you're doing training, this 10 to 20%, it's okay to do something outside of your system and it will not affect that much. The second part definitely of any journeys that I'm doing is training. So in the training, again, the biggest issue was that I usually go to the gym in the morning in my building. But when I travel outside and I can't do that, it affected my style, I would say, or my system. So when I went to the hotel, I feel the same exact issue. The gym opened at 8 a.m. I need to be at work around 9 a.m., maximum 9:30, and it takes me anyway almost 1.5 hours in the gym to finish my session. So if I started 8, literally the same minute the gym start, I will finish at 9:30. I still need to take a shower, change, go to the office. I'm already late. So I couldn't do it in the morning again. But this time, because again, I had this strategy of training myself of different ways in order how to do cardio. First 3 days of the week, I actually, after I finished work, I went back to the hotel and I went to the gym and I did my cardio. Then even if we have a gathering or friends meeting, after I do that, I go to the gathering. So it is not like I'm being antisocial. I don't want to meet people. I just want to do training. No, I did it, took a shower, changed, took a taxi, went to them. I went like maybe 40 to 1 hour late to the gathering, but we stayed anyway for 4 or 5 hours. So if I missed the first hour to do my training, it was not the big deal. Second, I was searching for any activity that any of my friends or teammates or co-workers are doing during that week. And I found already people are playing paddle. Actually, they were not playing, they were thinking. But then when I heard it, was like, guys, let's do it. And I was pushing them. Actually, we ended up playing paddle. And that was the training of that day. I didn't have to go to the gym that day because when I played, we played for 2 hours. I played almost 1.5 hours of them because definitely we're like changing people and stuff. And it ended up through my Apple Watch checking that, I did actually the same calories, the same burn, the same everything. So again, I was not only thinking about one way and this is the only way to do it. You just found any time to do the cardio that you want. Second thing I did is that I usually go a little bit early before the office and I walk around. So every day I go like 30 minutes to 40 minutes before the office time, and I go like near the office and then start walking around. First, it's cool. The weather was not bad, to be honest. I like to see around what are the restaurants here, what are the places here. This is actually how I know this restaurant that do these meals with this portion that I used. I to understand more the area, all of this. At the same time, I'm doing steps, which is anyway contribute to the calories burn. So because I'm tracking that every day, I need to do at least 1,000 calorie burn, but I always aim to 1,500. So these kind of steps for like 30, 40 minutes can ramp up to like 350 to 400 calories. So that's good. It gives you like third of my target. And then the rest 2/3 either to do it through exercise like paddle or gym, or again, working around after work with my friends while we are talking. So it doesn't seem like training, but it is actually training. And if you did it long enough, it's actually you can achieve your target. And I'm back in Dubai, and as you remember in the last video, I started cycling. I used to use Careem bike most of the time. But as fun it was and as easy it was because I don't need to maintain the bike or do anything, during weekend, I think everyone have the same idea. So I either don't find bikes or when I found it, it is very far. Like it's not in the nearest station. I need to walk like 10, 15 minutes to take a bike, which is not bad because anyway, I'm doing it for training. So walking is okay. But when you do it many times, you get annoyed because like when you are in the mood of cycling, you want to finish your session and then put the bike back. You don't want to every time put the bike, walk 10, 15, 20 minutes and find another bike. And every time you scan and it's like, oh, this is still charging. No, this need maintenance. No, this station doesn't have. Let's go to another one. Yeah, it was not the most easy, I would say. So what I did is that I wanted to buy a bike, but I don't know which one. Because when I was young, bike was a bike. Like there was no types. Like I just go, my dad or my brother or anyone, I'm going around and let's buy a bike, and that's it. But then I found that there is a lot of types. There is a road bike, there is a mountain bike, there is a gravel bike, and then there is all these extra bikes, like the bikes that actually can be folded, the bikes that usually do like this stunt, like this short ones that people do stunt with it and jump around and all of this. There's a lot of types of bikes. But like the three main ones that I was thinking about, which is the road, gravel, and the mountain bike. And I start researching a lot, reading a lot, actually checking even what people, while I'm using Careem bike, what people are also using. And again, people are using all different types. But for me, I don't know, I felt that the road bike, I would like it more. So I actually bought a road bike. And then it comes the second one, which is, okay, if you choose a type, which brand? And even if you choose a brand, which one in this brand? And it was hell of a research. And there is so many cool brands and everything. I just went with a entry-level bike from Decathlon, just because it's here in Dubai Mall. They have all the accessories just in case if there's any issues, I can go to them. They provide service. So I would say it's a beginner friendly. I don't want to say dummy friendly. So for me, it was easy, at least as a start. Let's just take this one. On YouTube, there is a lot of good reviews about it. So I get this one and it's really nice. I would say the only thing I would change, which is, to be honest, what actually the guy in the store also recommended, but I didn't listen, was actually to go with a mountain bike. Same brand, same everything, just mountain bike, not a road bike. For two reasons. Number one, when you are overweight, like first, road bike, based on them at least, can take up to 120 kilograms. So anyway, if you are crossing the 120, you cannot buy actually a road bike, or it will not fit you. Most of them. There definitely will be special bikes who can take more weight than this. But mountain bike, because it is built for, I don't know what's called, but like for rigidity, I would say that should be very hard because you go to mountain, rocks, you're jumping around, all this kind of stuff. It can actually withstand much more weight, especially if you are using it in just normal road. Second was actually the comfort as well. So in the road bike, the saddle or the seat that I'm sitting on is very, very small. It's very harsh. Like this also sitting, especially with the handles, the drop handles and all of this. I would say at least the first 1 or 2 days, it was not super comfortable. I was actually doing less duration and less distance than I was doing in Careem bike. So I actually bought another thing. I bought like a padding on the seat, so I can put it on the seat, so it gave me more comfort for longer period of rides. To be honest, it helped a lot, but still not as much I was expecting, or not as much as the previous bike, or like which is the Careem bike, which is this very normal classic. It's called city bike. So it was nice. It's not bad. It just, I think if I would do it over, I would actually choose a mountain bike over the road bike. That being said, let's actually go I will show you my bike, and actually let's go for also a cycling training for today. So this is my bike. The brand is Triban, and the type is RC120. So this is entry-level road bike, I would say. And this is the cream bike I used to use. So this is the seat I was talking about. I had to have this padding because honestly it's not that comfortable. Here the seat is much more comfortable. That's why when I was using cream bike it was much easier for me to stay for much long. Here I have to have like a padding for the seat. This is my water, and here is a phone holder that I put because sometimes I put I'm not gonna say watch, but like to put like the heart rate, distance, speed, stuff like that. So if I use my Apple Watch, I actually just open the app here, and I can see all the details. Sorry, I think there is a noise of cars around me. And this is a flashlight, so in case I'm riding at night, it is safe to always have the flash on or like flashing, so actually people know that you are coming. And definitely this is the gears. I had no idea what gears mean before. So here is different actually types of gears, and even in the front there are 2 gears. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. Wait. There are 2 gears, like this small one and then this big one. And then in the back there are different gears. For me, that's all looks algorithmic, I would say. Like I have no idea what does it mean. So what I'm doing is that I'm just using the big chain here, and this is the second half here. So this is, for example, here in the middle, when it's actually the easiest in case I'm going to incline or tired or something, and I go smaller when I want more speed, because the smaller you are, the smaller you go, actually the faster, but it's much harder to paddle. And actually you change the paddles from here, so here you go bigger and here you go smaller. So basically here you go smaller, which is faster, here you go bigger, which is slower. So yeah, that's it. I think I'm going to continue my training now, so this is it for this video, and see you next week.